another topic, that is the chemotherapeutic agents. Chemotherapeutic agents are basically this kind of agents that are used to or used in the treatment of the disease that destroy the pathogens, or that may inhibit the growth at concentration low enough to avoid doing undesirable damage to the host. So basically, therapeutic agents are commonly, we can say, the antibiotics, okay, in general term, which are basically used to either destroy the microorganisms or maybe that inhibit the growth of the microorganisms. So in both the sense, they can decrease the chance of the infection within the host. Okay, so chemotherapeutic agents includes antibiotic, which are natural microbial products, and antimicrobials, which may be naturally or chemically synthesized in the laboratory. Now, if we're going to talk about the antibiotics specifically, so antibiotics are a type of antimicrobial used specifically against bacteria, not against the virus, because in against the virus we can't use the antibiotics, so we have to use the antiviral drugs. And the available antiviral drugs are very rare. And the most effective things which we have, these are the antibiotics, and are often used in the medical treatment of bacteria infection, right? They may either kill or inhibit the growth of the bacteria. Several antibiotic agents are also effective against a number of fungi and protozoa also. The successful outcome of the antimicrobial therapy with antibacterial compounds depend on several factors. These include host defense mechanism, the location of the infection, and the pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic properties of the antibacterial drugs. Okay. Pharmacokinetics means how drug execute their effect on the body, and pharmacodynamics means how your body react against the drug. Okay, so how the drug acted within your body, that will be regarded to be as the pharmacokinetics, and how your body react in against of a drug, that is called the pharmacodynamics. Okay. Now, there are two terms that are very commonly used in the microbiology, that is called the bactericidal and bacteriostatic activities. Okay, a bactericidal activity of the antibacterial may depend on the bacterial growth phase, and it often requires ongoing metabolic activity and division of the bacterial cells. That means bactericidal antibiotics, they basically inhibit the bacterial growth by inhibiting the metabolic activity and the division of the bacterial cells. Okay, since the activity of antibacterial depends frequently on its concentration, in vitro characterization of the antibacterial activity commonly includes the determination of the minimum inhibitory concentration and minimum bactericidal concentration of an antibacterial. That means when you consider any kind of drug, you need to consider that it is effective or not. Okay, an antibiotic is effective or not, that will be dependent upon how less it requires. In less amount, if it create a huge effect, in less amount, if it is able to destroy huge amount of microbacteria. Okay, so they will be most effective category of the antibiotics that we need to consider, right? And those that target the bacterial cell wall or the cell membrane or interfere with essential bacterial enzymes have the bactericidal activity. That means basically by destroying the cell membrane or cell wall of the bacteria, by interfering with the essential bacterial enzymes which are present to keep the metabolic activity ongoing. Okay, if by using any kind of antibiotic you can destroy the cell wall, or if you inhibit the enzymes within the bacteria, so that kind of bacteria will be died, okay, or that will be destroyed. So this kind of mechanism is simply, we can say, there's a killing mechanism of the bacteria by using this kind of antibiotics. Okay, so that's why this kind of antibiotics are regarded to be as a bactericidal antibiotics, or that is regarded to be as a bactericidal activity. Okay, on the other hand, bacteriostatic activity means whenever we apply any kind of antibody, and if the antibody is only interfere with the growth of the bacteria, that means when bacteria's growth will be inhibited, but they are not going to be destroyed. Okay, so the effect will be same, as because we can retard the growth of the bacteria. So this kind of bacteria no longer is able to harm the host. right? So this kind of antibody will regard it to be as a bacteriostatic. Okay, that means they static the growth of the bacteria. That's why they are called bacteriostatic antibiotics, or bacteriostatic activity shown by the antibody, right? Okay. Now these are the very common examples: penicillin, vancomycin. These all are the bactericidal antibiotics. Tetracycline, okay. Sulfonamides. These are the bacteriostatic antibiotics. Okay, these are the examples are commonly asked in the exams. Now, mechanism of action in terms of the bactericidal activity, how the bactericidal antibiotics basically participate in the process of the destruction of the bacteria. These are, they may inhibit the cell wall synthesis. Okay, like example penicillin, they can inhibit the cell wall synthesis, and due to the default of the cell wall, bacteria no longer survive. Protein synthesis will be inhibited. Okay, all the essential proteins which are required for the survival of the bacteria, that may be inhibited by means of the bacteria, and they are also regarded to be as a bactericidal as well as bacteriostatic may also possible. Okay, and aminoglycosides, that is a bacteriostatic type of antibiotic. Metabolic antagonist. So by inhibiting the metabolism, you can also static the growth, or you may also destroy or dead, destroy the pathogen or bacteria. So that is considered to be as the common mechanism by which bactericidal and bacteriostatic antibody acts. And examples are sulfonamides and sulfur drugs. Nucleic acid synthesis inhibition. So nucleic acid synthesis inhibition, that is also a part of the bactericidal as well as the bacteriostatic type of antibiotics. Okay, both of them may follow this kind of procedure to inhibit the growth or may destroy the existence of the bacteria. Examples are quinolone, okay, or quinolones. Both are the examples of the nucleic acid synthesis inhibitors. Okay, so that is all about that particular phase. That is uh, therapy, chemotherapeutic part of the microbiology which we have in the DSE. Okay, thank you.